Wilder's Prison Stories, Episode 2. So not only are we going to have regular inmates or ex-inmates from the correctional system, but we also, going to have like correctional officers and even transgenders, because everyone has a story to tell.
So y'all, listen. So outside of like panty checks in there, you know what I'm saying? If you are considered like a bad bitch in there, if you want to be like one of the girls, the it girls in there, not only did the boys like subject you to like panty checks, you was required, like this was mandatory to never have any type of facial hair, not no peach fuzz. I used to burn my motherfucking face up. When I say I used to magic shave probably every 2-3. I don't grow hair a lot, but if the boys see a sprinkle, one hair, oh, you was a fuck boy. You consider a bum, dirty, broke bitch. Why you got hair on your face? A nigga can't buy you a $5 magic shave. You must be a po ass bitch. Can't nobody afford to get you a shave or nothing. So that was one of the rules. Like, you had to wear panties. You couldn't wear boxers. 2, your clothes had to be altered. You could not wear wide leg pants. If your pants wasn't skinny and cuffed and you didn't look like you had a fat moose knuckle, like we used to make like camel toe prints with our little panties and make like our pussy. You got fat stuff down there. So that you had to wear altered clothes. You had to sit down and pee. It was no if it. That was something that when I got there, I seen people literally for real like get knocked out for standing up peeing. Like bitch, I'm gonna sit down every time, because the boys, they stand there and they watch you go to the bathroom. And if you think about it, if all the toilets is taken and you gotta pee, you would rather pee on yourself to go stand up at that urinal. They don't play that. You had to stand up and pee. You couldn't face the dorm in the shower, like you had to face the opposite way, and you had to get in the shower with your panties on. The boys are never supposed to see Lily. Lily is the piece, honey. The piece is never supposed to come out. The boys ain't never supposed to see. They feel like you disrespect them if you're not tucked at all times. You have to be tucked 24 hours a day. When I say tucked, if you gotta take that long and fling that bitch between your booty cheeks, it's gonna stay there all day, because the boys don't want to see it. They see it, they go crazy. So, like, you couldn't, you had to be tucked all day. You had to be, like, really, really clean. You had to be really clean, like, creased up and everything. Like, it costs $2 to get your blues creased. So, if you was, like, creased up and clean shaved and wave, like, I had waves and stuff. And I had, like, jewelry little necklaces and stuff that the boys had that gave me and stuff, like parting gifts, my little rings and stuff. You consider a bad bitch. You consider AMG. You know what I'm saying? You is considered the top tier bitch. If you walk on a pal and you got your little thong showing your little, we make our panties with the little cup that make like we got a camel toe. So a bitch be standing on the record, pair toe, bow legged with their shorts on, with their little tucker on, pussy print showing, looking fat. Canteen boots shined. I got my Vaseline on my legs, glistening, honey, and I got my little white rag, and I be tipping. I'm tipping y'all, honey. What about us? Who on the canteen? I need it. Who got it? I want it.
Y'all, let me tell y'all the story on how I was working in corrections and caught my first charge. So this particular night, I was the only female on the floor. It was one guy with me, but it was just like I was the only female. And by this time, the lights is out in the dorms. So one of the guys, his cell was all the way at the end. So he calls me. He's like, "Hey, CO Hunter, come here." And I'm sitting at the front in our little sitting area, and I was like, "What you want? What's up? You ain't coming out to get nothing. You not. What's up? What you want? It's time to lights out." So he was like, "Come here, I gotta tell you something." So I was like, ugh, let me go see what he wants, because if not, he would call your name until you leave. He'll call your name until tomorrow. You hear me? So I get to the dorm and he started talking to me, and he was like, what he say? He said, "Do you know what this mean?" So on his cell door, he had like a Muslim prayer taped on the top of it in the corner of the door. And I was basically just telling him I'm not Muslim, so no, I do not understand. So he was like, "I want you to read it sentence from sentence, and I'm gonna explain to you." Right there, I should have known. Red motherfucking flag right there. Y'all, I ain't even get to read a sentence. Soon as my eyes lifted up like this, Let me take my glasses off. As soon as my eyes lifted up like this, all I see in my peripheral, this. I said, I know you ain't doing what I think you doing. I ain't doing nothing, I ain't doing nothing. I said, I'm going to write your ass up. What the hell I tell him that for? That motherfucker started going in, beating on the cell door, saying, yeah, going crazy on me, right? And I was like, I'm tough. So I'm just like, you talking that talk. For what? You still getting this paper, you still getting this charge, So I'm sitting here trying to write the report, whatever. And y'all, this is my first report ever. So I really didn't know how they write their reports at the time. So I needed help. So I told old dude to, watch the dorm, and I'll be right back. I'm about to go ask the captain how to properly write the report. And that's what I did. The next day, I'm back in lockup. And the dude that I wrote up wouldn't say a word. He would not say a word, y'all. If I walk on that floor, he going in his room. If he out and I'm on the floor, he going in his room. He not saying nothing. And it took him months to say something to me again. I mean, which was fine, but months. And then after that, after a couple months went by, he was cool. He came back around. Hey, CO, how you doing? Like, that was it.
Yeah. But when you first get off that bus, it's going to be about 150 of y'all. It's a wall, a long-ass wall, about 100 feet long. But on the wall is like a bench. But the bench is going to run about 100 feet. You see what I'm saying? So imagine a wall with like a piece of plywood sticking out that far, but it's going all the way down. So literally you can just sit on it. What they're going to do is they're going to strip you. This is the first mental breakdown of what they're going to do to you when you first get to prison. They're going to strip you down buck naked. When they first they're going to tell all y'all to line up side by side. They're going to tell you to strip down. There's going to be about 100 of y'all. Buck naked. It's going to be stank. You're going to be smelling ass, toes, feet. You might be cheek to cheek with a white boy, cheek to cheek with a black dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the shit disgusting. Y'all ain't got on no shoes. You got your barefoot on the fucking concrete. And they're going to strip you down. And when they strip you down, they're going to tell you to turn around to face the wall. And when they tell you to turn around and face the wall, this is why you're naked now with 100 more men. When they tell you to turn around and face the wall, they're going to tell you to put the top of your head on that bench and spread your ass open. And those officers, because they stand out there the whole time, they got billy clubs. They probably done fucked somebody up and drug somebody off to the side or anything, because you done saw all this shit. So you already traumatized. Plus you done heard the stories about this place. So when you put the top of your head on this bench, meaning that you standing straight up, and you put it down on that bench, they're going to tell you and everybody else besides you to spread your ass open. And when you spread your ass open, they're going to walk from the first man all the way to the 100th man. So if you the first man, that means you still going to have the top of your head on that bench with your ass spread open all the way till you get down there. It might take about 45 minutes, anything like that. If you move anything like that, they're going to fuck you up. But that was to mentally break you down, to let you know that we own you. You know what I'm saying? That's the psychological damage that's done off rip. Or you seeing them beat the fuck out of somebody. You might see them just walk up to a motherfucker and just hit them across the head with a club, blood gushing out. It was bad, man. It was bad. I'm not making this shit up. You gonna get in the comments, they be like, nah, man, I ain't about Lake Butler, Florida, man.
Yeah. So when you tell them guys how much time you did in prison?
I did 42 years, Cal.
42 to the dope.
42 day for day.
So what year that was when you got out?
1977. I went to prison. I got out 2019.
So going into prison in 1977, what was it like in 1977?
FSP, Florida State Prison, was the most feared prison in the United States. Maurice Sanders of 60 Minutes did a segment of UCI. That was Rayford, Florida. They call it The Rock. The Rock housed 3,000 individuals in that prison. The majority of them was murderers, rapists, robbers. And it was rough. It was very rough. Guys were dying daily. So you had to make bones. What I'm talking about, when you make bones, you got to make your presence known. There was only two things that you could do. And excuse my French, you could fight or fuck. Those were the only two alternatives that you had. So you had to make yourself known. And as a result of that, you got respect.